Imagine waking up one morning to discover that one of the world's most powerful countries had simply vanished. It sounds impossible, but that's exactly what happened in 1991. For nearly 70 years, the Soviet Union, also known as the USSR, was one of the two most powerful nations on Earth. It challenged the United States, helped defeat Nazi Germany, sent the first human into space, and possessed thousands of nuclear weapons. Yet despite its immense power, the Soviet Union collapsed. So, how did it rise so quickly, and why did it disappear? Let's begin. Our story starts in Russia during World War I. At the time, Russia was ruled by Tsar Nicholas II. The country faced widespread poverty, food shortages, and military defeats. Many people believed the government had failed them. In 1917, two revolutions changed Russian history forever. The first forced the Tsar to abdicate. Months later, a revolutionary group called the Bolsheviks, led by Vladimir Lenin, seized power. They promised peace, land, and bread to a population exhausted by war and hardship. But taking power was only the beginning. A brutal civil war erupted between the Bolsheviks and their opponents. After years of fighting, the Bolsheviks emerged victorious. In 1922, they officially created the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, better known as the Soviet Union. The new government adopted communism, a system that aimed to place factories, land, and major industries under state ownership while reducing economic inequality. When Lenin died in 1924, a fierce struggle for leadership followed. Joseph Stalin eventually took control. Under Stalin, the Soviet Union transformed from a largely agricultural country into an industrial giant. Massive factories, railways, and power stations were built across the country. However, this transformation came at a tremendous human cost. Millions of people suffered during forced collectivization, political repression, and widespread purges. Many were imprisoned, exiled, or executed after being accused of opposing the government. Then came World War II. In 1941, Nazi Germany launched a massive invasion of the Soviet Union. The fighting was devastating. One of the war's most decisive battles took place at Stalingrad, where Soviet forces halted the German advance after months of fierce combat. The Soviet Union eventually pushed German forces back all the way to Berlin. The victory came at an enormous price, with more than 20 million Soviet citizens losing their lives during the war. After World War II, the Soviet Union emerged as one of the world's two superpowers. The other was the United States. Although they never fought each other directly, they entered a decades-long rivalry known as the Cold War. Both countries competed to build stronger militaries, develop more powerful nuclear weapons, influence other nations, and achieve scientific breakthroughs. This competition extended into space. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the world's first artificial satellite. Then, in 1961, Soviet cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin became the first human to travel into space, marking one of the greatest achievements in the history of space exploration. Despite these successes, serious problems were growing inside the Soviet Union. Its economy slowed. Many factories became inefficient. Consumer goods were often in short supply, and long lines for everyday items became common in some areas. In the 1980s, Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev introduced major reforms. His policies of glasnost, meaning greater openness, and perestroika, meaning economic restructuring, were intended to strengthen the country. Instead, they exposed long-standing problems and encouraged greater public criticism of the government. Across the Soviet republics, many people demanded more independence. In 1991, hardline officials attempted a coup to remove Gorbachev, but the attempt failed. The failed coup further weakened the central government. One by one, the republics declared independence. Finally, on December 26, 1991, the Soviet Union officially dissolved. It split into 15 independent countries, including Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Belarus, and the Baltic states. A nation that had once stretched across 11 time zones and influenced global politics for decades had come to an end. Today, the legacy of the Soviet Union continues to shape international relations, security, and politics. Its rise and fall remains one of the most remarkable stories in modern history, a reminder that even the world's most powerful states can face challenges that change history forever. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which historical event you'd like to explore next.